Every airliner you have ever boarded was living on a countdown. Not a countdown to failure, but to its next scheduled teardown. Because in commercial aviation, almost nothing is allowed to simply run until it breaks. Right now, in a hangar somewhere, there is a perfectly airworthy jet with its floorboards up, its panels off, and its engines hanging on stands being taken apart on purpose. This is the hidden schedule that keeps aviation the safest way to travel. The system begins with the smallest checks of all. Before every departure, a licensed engineer or the flight crew performs a walkaround, a physical lap of the aircraft looking for damage, leaks, tire wear, and anything blocking the sensors and probes that feed the flight instruments. Between flights during those tight turnarounds, technicians handle what the industry calls line maintenance, topping up fluids, fixing small defects, and clearing anything the previous crew logged in the aircraft's technical log. Every single defect, however minor, gets written down and tracked. Nothing is simply noticed and forgotten. Then come the lettered checks, and they escalate dramatically. The lightest is the A check, carried out roughly every 400 to 600 flight hours or every couple of hundred flights. It takes somewhere around 50 to 70 man-hours of labor, and airlines almost always schedule it overnight, in a hangar, so the aircraft can be back out earning money by morning. During an A check, technicians inspect systems, service components, change filters, check emergency equipment, and work through a long list of items the manufacturer specifies. It is the aviation equivalent of a thorough service, and a busy airliner will go through it many times a year. There used to be a B check sitting between the light and heavy work, scheduled every 6 to 8 months. But something interesting happened. Manufacturers and airlines realized it was more efficient to break those tasks up and fold them into the regular checks, spreading the work across the year rather than grounding an aircraft for a separate visit. So on most modern aircraft, the standalone B check has effectively vanished. Its jobs did not disappear, they were simply absorbed, which means less downtime and more flying. The C check is where things get serious. Roughly every 20 to 24 months, the aircraft is pulled out of service completely and taken into a hangar for 1 to 4 weeks. This is not a service, it is a deep inspection. A large majority of the aircraft's components are examined. Interior panels and cabin fittings come out so engineers can inspect the structure hidden behind them, and the effort can reach several thousand man-hours. An airline has to plan its entire fleet schedule around these because for a month that aircraft earns nothing at all. And then there is the D check, known in the industry as the heavy maintenance visit, and it is genuinely extraordinary. It comes around roughly every 6 to 10 years, and it is less an inspection than a controlled dismantling. The cabin is stripped out, seats, galleys, and panels are removed, insulation comes out. In many cases, the paint is stripped entirely off the fuselage, so inspectors can examine the bare metal skin underneath for corrosion and the earliest signs of fatigue cracking. Engines and landing gear come off for overhaul. A D check can consume up to 50,000 man-hours, take anywhere from several weeks to the better part of a year, and cost millions of dollars for a single aircraft. When it is finished, the jet is effectively rebuilt and repainted, and it goes back to work. Here is the part most passengers never think about. That enormous cost turns the D check into a financial judgment day. Because the bill runs into the millions, airlines have to ask a hard question every time one comes due. Is this aircraft worth it? For a young jet with decades of service ahead, the answer is obviously yes. But for an older airframe, especially a thirsty older design, the cost of the next heavy check can exceed what the aircraft is actually worth. When that happens, the airline does not fly it to a hangar. It flies it to a desert storage field for the last time. Many aircraft retirements are not caused by an aircraft wearing out. They are caused by a maintenance bill arriving at the wrong moment. The reason this whole structure exists is a simple philosophy. Find problems before they find you. Components have hard life limits measured in hours, in flight cycles, or in calendar time. And when a limit is reached, the part is replaced whether or not anything seems wrong with it. Inspections are driven by data gathered across entire global fleets. So a crack discovered on one aircraft in one country can trigger an inspection order for every similar aircraft in the world. And every task, every signature, every replaced part is documented, creating a paper trail that follows the airframe for its entire life. So the next time you settle into your seat, it is worth remembering that the aircraft around you is not simply maintained. It is on a permanent, carefully tracked cycle of inspection, replacement, and rebuilding. And that quiet, relentless discipline in the hangar is the real reason you can walk on board without a second thought.